The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. And if you don't know anything else on this day, know that you deserve to be blessed. Hey. Woo. Look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. It's a Monday. And if you don't know anything else on this Monday, know that you deserve to be blessed. Hey, everyone, my name is Titan Capri, and I'm here with you tonight. It's the Titan Capri Experience. Now, look, if you look around, it looks a little different, right? I'm doing something different tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about doing something different. And the doing something different is I'm standing tonight. I am standing. Yes, indeed. So we are doing something different. We are on it. We are bringing it in. It is the 1st of August. August is here. This year is almost gone, right? It's almost gone. So, ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. What I want you to do, I want you to go like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Come follow me. Come check me out. I'm here every Monday for your viewing pleasure. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I get into the show, I just want to say that there's a lot been going on in the world here lately. And we just want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, giving yourself some grace, and just taking a moment and being one with yourself. There's a lot going on in this world today, and we want to make sure that we are good. Okay? All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, before I get into this next segment, I want to say this, is that sometimes what we do is that we forget that we're doing the same thing over and over and over again, okay? So for today's Did You Know? For today's Did You Know? I am going to talk about we made a trip to the Contemporary Art Museum. Now, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to say that art is like out of the way and you can't really do the art thing. What I'm going to say is this, that someone asked me to go to a museum, Contemporary Art Museum. And I had my reservations because I've been to art museums and I'm like, okay, yeah. But it had been a while since I had been out and literally experiencing culture and life and things like that. So I said, okay, and this is part of do something different. But did you know that the Contemporary Art Museum of Houston is basically free? It's free, not basically, it's free. Always free, right? And it has exhibits from, I'm going to try to make sure that I pronounce this correctly, Amokio Bofo, I think that's how it is. But it's the soul of Black folks, right? So I want you to take a moment. If you're here in Houston, I want you to take a moment and I want you to just look it up. It's something to see. It's an exhibit that's there. It's finger paints. He's finger painted the greats and all of this, but it's really, really a contemporary thing. It's really, really a nice thing for that. And so with that being said, it's like you have, so here's some of the pictures of us from the art museum. We are there having a moment, having some time, taking a moment. And the museum, the exhibit is called The Soul of Black Folks. You see me sitting there. So we thought it would be a great picture, right? A great picture for me sitting there looking at, and you may not know it, but that was President Obama sitting there right there, right? See, look here. Now, I know you're probably saying that does not look like President Obama, but it's the famous picture where he's sitting on the couch. He's sitting there and things. And so you can look and see that the artist thought about that and then gave it life in finger paints. Now, it doesn't mean that it has to look like him, right? But it means that basically this is how the artist saw him, okay? And there are a couple of other things there. So what I want you to do is to look it up. And I don't know if you remember the young man, I forgot it to put his name in, but he did the portrait for Barack and Michelle. This is me and my friends right here. We having fun, taking pictures in the museum and just, you know, living it up and having a good time. The exhibit was something that we wanted to see because it had been talked about and it was free. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to say that because it's free that we shouldn't have went and saw it, right? And I'm not going to say that probably because it was free, it was one of the main reasons why we went to see the exhibit. But what I am going to say is that I had a great experience. The Titan Capri, Titan Capri had an experience going to the museum and looking at the exhibit and being immersed in the exhibit. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes we go to things and we're not present. We made a promise, the three of us, that we were going to be present and be in the moment because I had been invited to go and do this, right? And so the exhibit allowed me to challenge my eye, right? Challenge my eye, meaning I couldn't go off of what I saw at first glance. I had to get up on it closely and look and see all the intricate details, and all of them were done by finger paint, like literally finger, right? Like finger paint. It allowed me to challenge my soul. Like what am I exhibiting here? What am I seeing? And then not only that, this young man basically seeing the world through other eyes, and we all do it, but he brought it to life in this exhibit, right? And then my spirit had to digest or had to understand what was before me. And a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen, we go places and we don't get it. We truly do not get it. We don't understand it. We're not trying to understand, okay, I went to the museum, but did you really go to the museum? That's the question. Did you really go to the museum? And so with that being said, I had to make sure that I was immersed in what was going on and making sure that I was good to go, right? So I wanted to make sure that I was there. I wanted to make sure that I understood what was happening. And then I wanted to make sure that I was present in this moment. Who's to say that I wasn't going to get anything from this moment? And so who's to say that you were going to get something from it? But the thing is, you were there. And so you should be open to the opportunity of getting something from the moment. Whew, y'all got me started already, right? And then here's a couple of things. You all go and look up the Contemporary Arts Museum Houston, and look for the actual exhibits that are going on. They have a lot of things going on and they are free. And so what I want you to do is, if you're in Houston and probably in your own city, wherever you're at right now, in your own city, I'm sure they have a contemporary art museum or some type of exhibit going on. And I think you should check it out. I think you really should check it out. Be immersed, be in the moment. Take this moment to say, hey, I'm here and I'm in there, okay? Now, here's what your homework would be if you go to a museum or an exhibit. What did it mean? Now, it doesn't have to mean anything. You don't have to figure out what it meant by the artist, right? What did it mean for you? How did it feel? How did it feel walking through and seeing the exhibit and probably finding out something that you didn't know, right? Probably understanding that you see the world through different eyes the same way that he does or she does, right? Okay. And then what was your takeaway? And my takeaway was I did something different. And in that doing something different, I had fun with friends. I had laughter. We had understanding. Our souls were moved. Our spirits were understanding. We heard music and did all those things, right? That was my takeaway. My takeaway was protecting my peace, and my peace was at peace, right? My peace was at peace. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, what I want you to do is to think about it. Now, you don't have to go through all the same things that I went through and all that kind of stuff like that. But what I want to say to you is don't shoot down the opportunity to do something different. This art, the Contemporary Art Museum, was something different that I hadn't done in I don't know how long. And I had a wonderful time. But think about this, ladies and gentlemen. I almost turned it down. I almost said no to it because I was like, wait, hold on. What am I doing? Like, I know art. Yeah, I think I'm an artist myself. That's not what the purpose was. The purpose behind it was for my spirit and my soul and my very essence to be immersed into something that was going to give me life, that was going to give me joy, that was going to give me peace. Ooh, what y'all ain't ready for it. Y'all ain't ready for it. Y'all ain't ready for it. Hold on. Tonight I gotta give me a little sip. Oh, all right, y'all. So, ladies and gentlemen, go out, check it out. Go out and check it out. You'll be glad that you did. And I promise you that if you take a moment and just immerse yourself into your surroundings and what's happening and put all the other chatter and clutter out of the way, I guarantee you'll be good for it. You'll be good for it. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say it one more time. So I want everybody to have it. It's the Contemporary Art Museum of Houston, right? It's free and it has exhibits. So on a Sunday or a day that you want to go out and check it out, I would look it up first, right? And then probably look up the Contemporary Art Museum in your own city. Look it up and then figure out what's a good day and then go with people. Go by yourself if you feel like it, but then go with people that are going to make sure that you're immersed in what's going on. They're going to share, you know what I mean? They're going to understand what you're doing, right? Make sure you do that because the two ladies that went with me, they were into it just as I was. They actually were the ones that invited me. And then not only that, they basically said to me, like, this is an exhibit and we think that you would like it. And I did. And I loved it. And I loved it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know, look, Contemporary Art Museum, baby. Y'all go check it out. Look it up and go check it out. And then, especially for this young African young man that's doing things, making moves. He's won awards. He's in other museums. This young man, and I want to say, I believe he's 24 or somewhere around. I think he's 24. I'm gonna have to look it up. Y'all forgive me. I wasn't thinking of doing his bio, but he's a young man and making moves all over. Y'all need to show him some love. Show that black man some love. Show that black man some love. Let him know that we are here and we want to see what you're doing in the museum. We want to see your art. We want to understand what you're doing, right? And for those of us that may not know about museums, go walk through. It don't hurt and it's free. It's free. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's free. So y'all see I'm doing something different. I'm standing up today, right? I'm standing up and I'm giving, like I'm giving an address and I got my paper right here. See, I'm doing something different today. So let's go on and get into this topic tonight. Let's go on and get into the thought. The thought is, yes, the thought is do something different. Do something different. Yes. Ooh. Didn't that look pretty? Look like I was raining. Thoughts. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this. I want to give a shout out to my brother, Danita Forges. And I want to say to Danita, thank you for planting a seed to do something different. Ladies and gentlemen, we go day in and day out doing this, doing that, and it's always the same thing. You wake up at the same time, you do the same things, you go into the bathroom, you get ready for work, you get in the car, or however you get to work, you get to work, you do the same thing. You got to do something different. Your life is not able to be great. And I'm going to go on a little stretch. to be great if you're always doing the same thing again and again and again. That means that you're introducing nothing new to your life. Do something different. Do something different. And what I want you to do is think about what that difference is. Think about how you can do something different. Something as simple as going to a museum. Something as simple as hanging out with friends. Something as simple as saying yes to something you don't normally say yes to because you don't like it or you think it's different or you think it's crazy or whatever have you, right? Okay. So I want to say this. I had no idea what the day was going to bring. All I know is that I had not seen my friends in some time and they invited me. With that being said, I said to my friends, I said, I'm going to be open and be present. So we had this time. We're going to meet up and we were going to grab something to eat at this new location, or new to me because it's a vegan location. And yes, I said vegan. Yes. And look, I don't too much do the whole vegan thing, but my friend Akia assures me that this is good. Now she hasn't been wrong. She hasn't been wrong yet. So with that being said, I said, okay, I'm going to go for it. And then it gave me a chance to be around her and Tanisha and just be able to, love on them, spirit, laughter, just be around them, you know what I mean? Like-minded spirits. So I say yes, I go, we get there, there's a wait, right? To the location. And it's Mo Better Brews is where it's at. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying any of this tonight to be mean or nasty toward anybody or anything like that. I'm just only going to give you what it is. It's the truth, and this is what happened. But you all already know I'm not going to act food like that, right? Anyways, so we get there, there's a wait, and then the wait is about an hour. So we were to be there for 12. So we're waiting, be about an hour. So we got there before 12. And so we went and sat in the little waiting area and just sat down. And then we ordered some drinks and stuff. And we sat there, and then an hour passed, and then we still were not seated. Then we finally got seated about an hour and a half later, nothing. And so we were talking about how long it took for that. And I said to them, I said, you know what? But this is what it is. We're going to be present in the moment. It gave us some time to catch up with one another, gave us some time to understand one another, what's going on in our lives right now. So it gave us some time. And they were like, oh, Titan, here you go. You always, thinking like that. I said, no, because I don't know if I would have had the opportunity to talk to you all like this if we had not been waiting to get seated, right? You know what I mean? And so sometimes people say things and then they want to take it a whole different direction. I'm so glad that the three of us had like-minded spirits that we were like, yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, so we finally get seated. Everything gets good. It's been an hour and a half. And then they come to take our order, right? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. It's been a little bit, it was a little long for the wait. However, they brought that food to the table. And this is where my friend Akia gets, like on Boomerang, gold star for Akia. Gold star. That food was delicious. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if y'all have been to Mo Better Brews. It is a vegan restaurant. It has a menu that is flavorful, that is good. The grits, I don't know if it was cauliflower or was it mushrooms. I think it was mushrooms. Like it was so good. I had the breakfast combo. Everything was so good. And so I didn't care in that. But again, I'm doing something different. I don't normally do this, right? So I'm doing something different. So after that, we go to the museum, doing something different. We walk in, we see these beautiful finger paints, these oil paints, paper. He was painting on paper, on oil, and it was awesome, right? It was hot outside, really, really hot. But again, doing something different. We go in, everything is good. We go to the museum. And after that, we say, okay, well, let's go somewhere else. Well, we were on our way to this location. And then when we got there, Well, by the time we got there, not all of us, but one of us got there, we found out it was closed, right? So I said, in that moment, normally we'd be like, okay, then see you later. We're gone. Bye bye. We said, no, where else can we go? So I offered, because a friend of my best friend, Franklin, took me to Sunset and the truck yard, right? So I offered, I said, hey, the truck yard is right around the corner from here. And plus, Sunset is there. They may have some good drinks. And then plus, it's getting later in the evening. We might be able to see the sunset. Who knows? So we go, we park, we walk, we go in. They had never been to the truck yard. They had never been um, to Sunset. We go in, Sunset, we get us a drink, we sit down, we chill, and we talk some more. And we talk about life and love and what's happening and stuff like that. Again, something that we don't normally do, right? Try something different. We are doing something different. After that, we were like, okay, well, this has been a great time and stuff like that. Then we go down to the truck yard, right? And so food trucks are like the thing now. If you all have not been downtown area of Houston to the truck yard and then also to the bars and the clubs that are around there, I think you should check it out, right? Just to relax, sit with some friends and chit and chat and do whatever it is you're going to do. But this is what I want to say to all of that. Our night ended with us saying, oh, this is awesome. This is new. I'm so glad you introduced this to me. Now I, know this is, something that's living and thriving and so I can check it out. And then we were like, oh, I didn't even know this was over here. Well, I didn't know this was over here. I didn't know any of that. I'm going back to Mo Better Brews. I'm going back to the museum. I'm probably trying to figure out another exhibit if they have one. And then I'm going to do something different. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason I said all of that, told that whole story, is because we did something different. Little bitty things can change, can alter, can recalibrate your life and make you express or understand your emotions, your feelings, your heart, your soul, your peace. Sometimes your spirit got to be free. And then we met people and we were talking to people and how to all these things like that. And a lot of time, most of the time, what will happen is that you won't even know that you're being a social butterfly, but you're being a social butterfly. Y'all know I like to talk. I see people, hey, how you doing? I don't care who it is, man, woman, child, old folks, young, whatever. I'm going to come to you and I'm going to speak. We did something different on this day. And then look at, and you saw the pictures from earlier, right? The pictures, we had fun. We wasn't just putting those smiles on because of a camera, because y'all know we do that a lot. But we were literally having fun. Our spirits were full. Our essence had been evoked. We had came and we saw it and we were present in the moment. We didn't let nothing slide by us without exploring what it was. We did something different. And so tonight, as I stand here in front of you, like I always sit down in front of you, I'm doing something different. I'm telling you, just a simple me not sitting down, standing up has changed the whole dynamic of the show for tonight, because I'm sitting here talking to you and I'm using my hands and doing that. And some people may say it on you, this is my show. And I'm using my hands, bang, 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 bang. Oh, okay, my bad. Y'all know I like a little something. I can't fall like I used to. I can't, excuse me, not fall. I can't dip like I used to. I can't. Look, ladies and gentlemen, do something different. Do something different. If you don't do anything else in your life right now, then the next hours, in the next days, in the next weeks, do something different. Take a moment for yourself. Go somewhere and be quiet by yourself and have fun by yourself. If not, do that. Accept the offer to go over to the museum. Accept the offer to go to Mo Better Brews. Accept the offer to go and sit and chill with your friends. If y'all don't remember, watch a movie. Do something different. And the reason I'm saying that is because your spirit is aching for something different. Your spirit needs fresh and different things in order to be a spirit full. Oh, y'all don't hear me though. Oh, y'all don't hear me. To be a spirit full, your spirit needs these things. And if you are sitting here doing this all the time, day in and day out, your spirit is not growing. Your spirit is locked. Your spirit can't be free to roam and do the things. Your spirit can't be your early warning system if you're never doing anything different. Yes, your spirit got it on lock. Your spirit protects you. Your spirit is making sure that you are good. There's going to come a time where your spirit is going to be yearning for something and you're not going to be able to give it to it because you're not doing anything different. Do something different. And you're probably saying, Titan, really? You did all that in just those couple of hours. I was present for all of that during those couple of hours. All of that. Do something different. Remember that your life is not to be the same. Change is inevitable. Change is going to happen. Change is going to happen. You're going to have to change. Change. I'm so glad you changed. Come on. Look, do something different. So this is what I said, ladies and gentlemen. This is your homework. This is your homework. Y'all probably saying, Titan, who are you to be giving somebody homework? But on this thought tonight, what I want you to do, I want you to take a moment and plan to do something different. Instead of parking your car where you always park it somewhere else and walk. Instead of using the elevator, if you can, all the time, right? All the time, instead of doing that, then what you do is don't be mad at me, y'all. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. I'm just going to be truthfully honest. I'm over here hitting buttons. So let me say this let me say this. So I decided to do something different tonight. I decided to stand up and I also decided to be on my phone, right? Because I wanted to do something different. I thought it would be great. And then I have the ring light and I can stand it up and I can stand up and still have light and all of that. Well, in my thought process and me thinking all of this, right? I didn't think about the buttons. So I'm over here pressing buttons, talking to my producer, pressing buttons. And so I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It will never happen again. I know the right buttons, but I'm over here doing all of this. And yes, this was something that we decided to do, but I wanted to do something different. So I wanted to do that. So I do apologize, but thank God my producer is on point. My producer put that commercial in and made it happen. Y'all with me? All right, y'all. So I want to finish up with the thought, right? I was talking with someone the other day, and they were saying that they're tired of their life and the way that their life is and how the life is going. And I said, well, what are you doing different? Right? Because 2 years ago, if you were doing the same thing you're doing 2 years ago, what's different? Oh, Titan, here you go with this Ayana fix my life stuff. No, because in reality, what is different? The reality of it is that you are not doing anything different from then. So if you were feeling depressed or depressed about something, or something just kept bringing that dark cloud in, you didn't leave it. You didn't let it go. You didn't exercise it, right? And get it out of your life. So what are you doing different? So what I want to say tonight to you and the person that I was talking to is that we can't keep doing the same thing we were doing 2 years ago. You can't keep hanging around the same people you were hanging around 2 years ago. You can't keep hanging around those people that brought you down, did you wrong. If you're going to change, if you're going to do something different, you're going to have to do something different. And sometimes that doing something different means that you got to do it by yourself. And that's just what it is, right? And I'm not here to tell you, or don't have a friend, or don't be around a friend, or don't do this. No, what I'm saying is, if constantly a cloud and rain and thunderstorms come whenever this person comes, or whenever these things happen, it's time for you to change. You got to change. Change. You got to change. Change. Oh, okay, my bad. Anyways, you got to change. Do something different. So I want to say to you tonight, do something different. Do something different, y'all. We got to do something different. We can't keep doing the same things over and over again. We can't keep living the same way. We can't keep making excuses for our lives not being better if we don't want to do something different. If we don't want to do something different. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say something to you all. I'm wearing a shirt tonight, and it says equality, right? And tonight I want to do something different. I want you to understand that you deserve equal rights. We got all this stuff going on in the world, and I know I'm not getting a little political, but we got all this stuff going on in the world, and I want you to understand equality. Equality. You are equal to the next person when it comes to rights, when it comes to laws, when it comes to all of that. You should have that. I know in this moment in this world, we're not having that, but I wore this shirt tonight to do something different, to talk just for a second about equality. What does equality mean? What is it, right? And so we want equality. We want to say that we stand up for equality. We want to say that equality is ours. But is it really? Especially with all these laws that are being passed, especially with the rescinding these laws, with vetoing, people trying to tear these laws down and all these things, and then putting in laws that's going to take us back to the Stone Age. So equality, ladies and gentlemen, equality. And if you see here, it's a noun, the belief that all people are equal. And I know I'm reading my shirt, but I want you to understand, I'm doing something different. The belief that all people are equal. Come on. Come on, we're equal. We're equal. When they start to put the laws in place where they stop us from doing the very thing called life, living, then that's a problem. So tonight, equality. Look it up. You should have equality. You should be equality. You should know equality. Peace and blessings with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to say this before I move on to the next segment. Sometimes, even though it took a while for us to get our food and to do what we were doing, all of that, I had a blast because I did something different. I know I said this earlier, but it just hit me again. And I don't know who this is for, whoever this is right here. Yes, do something different. Take a moment. Take a moment. There's no reason for you to get angry or upset because something may take a little long or something may not go the right way or the way you feel it should go. But take a moment and do something different. In that doing something different, just calm down. You know what, y'all? This is what it's for. Now, I'm not saying wait 5 hours. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that a couple of minutes here, a couple of minutes there, for you and your people, or whoever your village or tribe, your gang to enjoy themselves, that's doing something different. Try it out and see what that's all about. All right, y'all, let's move on. You better. You better. You better, you better, you, you, you better, you better, you better, you, you, you better, you better, you better. Look, when you're doing something different, ladies and gentlemen, when you are doing something different, be in the moment. When you're doing something different, be in the moment. You better be in that moment. Soak it up for all that it's worth. Make sure that you understand that you are in that moment. So you better not walk away from that moment with nothing, right? Every moment, everything that happens has something for you, but you got to be in the moment. You got to be in the moment. You got to be present. You got to get what's for you out of whatever that is that happened, good, bad, or indifferent. Most of the time, we walk away from things and we say, that was a bunch of crap. Why did we do this? We should have never came here. We should have da 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 da. But there's something there for you. It's like an Easter egg, right? You know how you go to for an Easter egg hunt and then they make the color of the eggs almost the same color of the grass and the flowers and the trees, so you can kind of like, you can't find it. Be in the moment. I have seen so many people plan vacations and cruises and flights to Dubai and all of this, and it's chaos the whole trip. I took my first cruise this year, and I know y'all know this because I talked about it earlier on in the year here on the Titan Capri Experience. But I took my first cruise, and on my first cruise, they kept saying to me, well, you don't need a balcony room because you're not going to be in the room like that. And I said, no, the balcony is for the moments that I want to be one with my spirit. I sat out on the balcony. I saw the most beautifulest, no, just kidding. I saw the most spiritual moving sunrise, well, no, sunrise, not the sunset, sunrise that I had ever seen. It looked as if it was dark outside, like it was a sunset, but it was a sunrise, and it was so pretty. And I was just in the moment. Even though when I got on the ship, when I got on the boat, it was crazy. My room wouldn't work. My room key wouldn't work. I couldn't do this. They had canceled my card. My card wasn't there. I didn't have no way of paying for it. Like, it was just, things happened. But instead of me flipping and tripping and doing all that, I decided to do something different. I was in the moment. I didn't spend all this money and this time and this energy to go on this trip for it to be crap. No. What I did was, I said in that moment, I said, you're right, Lord. You're right. Spirit, what I'm going to do is do something different. I'm going to smile. I'm going to be firm and be direct, but I'm going to smile, and I'm going to go over here and get it done. I'm going to contact my bank and make sure they know what's happening. I'm going to go over here and do this and make sure that everything is good. Then I'm going to go forward. And if I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it was the best cruise I have ever. I only had one. So it was the best cruise ever. And then not only that, I got complimentary champagne and wine. I got complimentary play vouchers for the casino. Like, I got upgrades on my next. It was so good to know that the universe was listening and looking at the fact that I decided to do something different, that I didn't flip my script, that I didn't go crazy, that I didn't do any. I just, hey, I'm out on the ocean. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? So let's make the most of it. Let's make the most of it. It was one of the better vacations, one of the better spiritual awakenings I had had in a long time. All because I decided that I was going to be in the moment and do something different. You better. Ladies and gentlemen, plan for it. But when you're planning for it, it's not only money, it's not only time, it's not only where you're staying, it's plan on your spirit. Plan on the fact that you're going to have to be in the moment, and you're going to have to make decisions on a drop of a dime so that you can make sure that you are good. Could you imagine me leaving that cruise and still being worse than I was when I went on the cruise? That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. Be in the moment when you're doing something different. Be in the moment and do something different. You better. You better. Look, what I want you to do, I want you to go on that vacation doing something different, but being in the moment, and then showing everybody that you're in the moment. Showing everybody, look, I ain't got to do that. Oh, you know what? Y'all going over here. Let me go over here and sip on this little drink. Let me go over here and get me some of this passion fruit tequila off of Cozumel Island. Let me go over here and do this. Let me go over here and try out chocolates from the island. Let me go over here and soak up the history and all of this stuff at the ruins. I did all of that on a cruise. I did more in 4 days than I normally do in probably 3, 4 weeks. Like I did a lot, but it was only because I was in the moment and I did something different. And I did something different. That's what it was. So when you put it in your mind that you're going to go, and you better, right? But be in the moment. Don't let nobody take your joy. Don't let nobody take your spirit. Don't let nobody mess up your peace. Protect your peace. In that moment, after my door didn't work, my cars didn't work, but the people on the boat, on the ship, whatever it is, anyways, on the carnival, they was like, hey, no problem. We got you. You know what? Let me know when you get there. We got you here. Your bags are already here. You know, take your time. And then I had to go downstairs and stand in line for a whole hour. Now, the rest of my peoples, they up on the Lido deck, enjoying Bon Barrage and all that. I didn't get to do any of that. Now, I could have did it afterwards, but I wanted to make sure that the rest of my cruise was peaceful. Now, on my next cruise, I'm going to be up on that deck, overlooking and watching everything going on, probably snapping pictures all over the place. However, in this particular trip, I couldn't do that, but I was able to be in the moment. And I did something different. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to do something different right here. So y'all see this hat I have on? Before we go on to the final thought, you see this hat I have on, right? I know you all can see it, but let me tilt my head down, and I hope that you all can see the hat, right? This is a beautiful hat, right? TheSituation.com, THEE situation.com. Ladies and gentlemen, she makes bad hats. This is a yellow one. I'm gonna take it off so you all can see. This is a yellow one. This is hand done, right? Hand painted. And so I wanted to show this hat because I wanted to show her. I met her recently. Well, I met her last couple of years, but she's always been doing great things, and she started making hats, and I got one from her. And I just wanted to say to you all, thesituation.com, THEE. I'll put it in later on so y'all can have it. But check her out. She has some great stuff going on. She has some good stuff, especially for you ladies. Check her out, do all of that. Men, she didn't forget about you. You can wear a hat too. You know, she got some greens and some blues and some blacks. Check it out. Check it out. All right, y'all. Let's move on to this final thought, baby. Final thought, baby. Final thought, baby. Boom, 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 boom. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're on this final thought. And I got to say to you all that I come on here and I talk a lot about spirit and life and things like that. Your life is meant to be something different. We all were born on this earth. We all came to this earth, but you are different from the next man, standing to the next man, standing to the next woman, standing next to he, she, them, they, whoever. You are different. So you do something different. Yes, you go to work just like I do, but you do something different from what Titan does. Titan does something different from what you do. Your life is meant to be lived differently. Do something different. You cannot go day in and day out and not change. After a while, whatever it is will fester. Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the dark all the time, you're going to be flipping out when you go out into the light. You got to do something different. If you're in the light all the time, when it becomes dark, you're going to flip out. You're not going to know what. Yeah, I understand what I'm saying? So if you're always around nastiness, craziness, you're always around chaos and turmoil, your life cannot change. It can't be different from that. You got to break free from that and do something different in order for your life to be better and to move on. You got to do that. You got to do that. And me telling you this final thought tonight, all I can say to you is do something different. That's my final thought. Do something different. If you did this last year the same way, it's time for a change. If you let somebody speak to you in that manner last year, it's time for a change. They should not be speaking to you the same way in this year, on this day. If you got people living in your house and taking you down and causing your life to be havoc and you can't grow and you can't do, it's time for a change. Do something different. If you have been expressing yourself and nothing is changing, you got to do something different. Sometimes you got to give them a little bit of a shock. Sometimes you got to push them. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to push them, but you'll be doing something different. Ladies and gentlemen, the Titan Capri Experience is here now, but a year or so ago, it was the thought to ponder, right? Not that I'm still not doing the thought, but I had to do something different, right? There comes a time when you will have to stop feeling as if you're drowning or sinking and do something different. And do something different. I don't want you to be in that predicament. I can't do it for you. I can only tell you what worked for me and how it did. But I guarantee you, if you take a moment and just realize where you're at, who you are, where you are, and what you're doing, I guarantee you, you'll say, oh, okay, then I can't keep doing that because that's not benefiting my soul. That's not benefiting my spirit. That's not giving me what I need in order to fly. It's not doing it. So I got to do something different now. Now I got to do something different. And ladies and gentlemen, what my different that I did, I stopped hiding in the shadows. I stopped sitting here taking these hits silently. And when I mean hits to my spirit and to my soul, hits to my very essence. People knocking me down, not intending to, but they would have never known they were hurting my feelings or hurting my spirit or my soul if I didn't say something. I had to do something different. I couldn't let them keep coming into my world and discrediting who I am and what I am. I had to do something different. I couldn't keep letting them sit up here and put that on me. You know what I'm saying? Praying fire and brimstone on my life only because I'm different. Right? Telling me that I'm going to hell, I'll never see God because I'm different. But I had to do something different. And a lot of people will tell you, oh, I don't agree with what you do, Titan. I don't really care about you agreeing. But if I respect you, then you respect me. If I'm not doing anything to cause pain and harm and havoc to someone, then why can't you respect me for who I am? You ain't got to like what I do or what you think I do, but you got to give me that respect because I give you that same respect. That same respect. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to do something different. I know I'm standing up today, baby. I can use these hands and do all this stuff, but I want to be serious with you. Take a moment and do something different for your life. Stop letting them people talk to you and treat you any kind of way. Do something different. Be in that moment and do something different. Stand up for yourself because what's going to happen? They're going to keep on doing you the same way they were doing you 2 years ago, and you will never be able to get out from under that. Stop. Stop and do something different. Move differently. Speak differently. Act different if that's what you got to do for you. What I had to do, I had to move differently. I couldn't move like this no more. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me, please. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. Now it's, excuse me. Excuse me. Give me a little elbow room. Give me a little elbow room. Hi, my name is Titan. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to change it up. I had to do something different. No more of me standing in the background back here covering my eyes because I didn't want to see, but I could hear everything that they were saying. I had to stop that. Now when I come in, you already know who I am. My friends tell me all the time, okay, y'all don't say that around Titan. Titan gonna get on you. It's not about me getting on you. I just can't do this anymore. I can't do it. I can't sit by and let you degrade me or degrade my LGBTQIA family or village, tribe, gang, whoever. I can't let you do that. And then people want to tell me, oh, well, Titan, you're not like them. Who is them? I'm them. I'm standing here in front of you, telling you, and this is my something different, that my name is Titan Capri, and I am a Black gay man who is HIV positive. I am an HIV advocate. I was just told that I was unconventional, but hey, I'm an HIV advocate. But I am also college graduate. I am also an 8-year veteran of the military. I am also a father of a beautiful young girl. I am also a brother. I am also a son. I am also a cousin. So you don't get to just degrade me because you think of what I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying? People used to tell me all the time, oh, well, he gay, he like that, he a little sissy, he this and that. But I'm still a man. We will still bump. One of my cousins told me just recently after my grandmother passed, she said, I would have never, I just don't see it. I just don't see you fighting like that. But see, what you see is before you is what has been reformed and restructured, right? I'm a little easier now because I don't snap at the drop of a dime. Back in the day, you could have said my mama, and we'd have tore this room up. We'd have flipped every table over in here, and there wouldn't have been no questions asked. We would have waited for the cops. That's what we would have done. We'd have waited for the police to show up. That's how it was. I was always fighting in my neighborhood because everybody was saying that because I like guys, and I didn't even know at the time, I was weaker than everybody else. I had to do something different. And I'm not proud of it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying that everybody has to do it. But the something different was I had to stop letting them whoop up on me like they was my mama or daddy or something like that. What I did, the something different was I started putting these hands up. It was an uphill battle at first because there was more people trying to jump me than me trying to jump them. But what I'm saying to you is that I had to make sure that I did something different. I stopped letting them dictate who I was and what I was going to do and how I was going to feel and all of that stuff. What I had to do was do something different, and doing something different meant protecting myself. I wasn't protecting myself at first. I was letting everything slide because my grandmother had said, turn the other cheek. While on the other hand, my mama had said, pick up a brick and bust them upside the head. You feel what I'm saying? So I was doing what I thought that I was supposed to do, but there came a time I had to do something different. And me doing something different was putting these hands up. You're not finna do that. You're not finna, not no more. You're not finna beat me no more. You're not finna beat me for something that I have no control over being. And something that I hadn't even experienced yet, but you already was gonna beat me for it. My final thought to you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is do something different. Stop letting this control you. Stop letting that control you. Do something different and be in control of yourself. Do something different and let them know that you are equal, equality, that you deserve the same respect that they deserve. You are man or woman, or you are powerful enough, you are great enough, it doesn't matter how you came into this earth. You are equal to them. And that part. All right, ladies and gentlemen, look, I'm gonna go ahead on and stop because this has been good. And look at this. I stood up the whole, look at me. I did something different. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I love y'all. Peace and blessings to you. Thank you all for tuning in. I so appreciate you. Every Monday, you want to come and see me. You got to come and see me. Look at that stuff down at the bottom there. Follow, like, subscribe, all of those good things, and do something different. Peace and blessings to you.